Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to today's explainer for July 7th, 2026. Today, we're looking at a genuinely fascinating group operating right here in the UK, the Association of Constantinopolitan Greeks in the UK, or ACGUK for short. Basically, this organization serves as a massive cultural bridge. They are all about preserving the vibrant heritage of what they consider an unlost homeland, specifically Constantinople, Imbros, and Tenedos. They do this by bringing these incredible, ancient traditions right into modern focus. And today, well, we're going to explore exactly how they make that happen.
Here is our roadmap for the explainer. First, preserving heritage. Second, meeting the board. Third, a look at cultural events. And finally, looking ahead.
Section 1. Preserving Constantinopolitan Greek Heritage.
You know, when you dig into ACGUK's foundational bylaws, you find this really fascinating blend of historical preservation and modern community building. It's not just about getting together to socialize, they are specifically tasked with fostering a true fraternal ethos among UK expatriates. But beyond that, they actively defend human and treaty-protected rights for these communities. They organize all sorts of rich cultural, artistic, and social events. And they work to make sure the diaspora is officially recognized on a global scale as the true custodians of this heritage. They are literally blending the defense of historical rights with the very modern need to foster deep social bonds.
And this brilliantly illustrates how the ACGUK operates on two totally distinct fronts. It's kind of like a two-way mirror. Locally, their mission is super focused on nurturing the UK diaspora, right? Bringing people together for support, friendship, and shared culture. But globally? Globally, they staunchly support the Ecumenical Patriarchate of Constantinople, specifically backing its worldwide mission for peace, mutual understanding, and environmental protection. So it's a local community, but with a truly global perspective.
Section 2. Meet the 2025 to 2028 board.
Obviously, an organization's mission is only as strong as the people driving it. So the crucial point is the sheer dedication of these specific individuals who volunteered their time and energy to make all this work. It's actually a strict protocol and a matter of deep respect within the group to formally recognize this team. Leading the executive board, we have Panos and Agnistopoulos serving as president, Maria Christito as general secretary, and Theodosia Papazikou as treasurer, alongside dedicated board members Pascal Labayalif and Liana Vafiada. Supporting them is the deputy board, made up of George Kalamaris and Nikos Kostalis. And finally, representing the ACGUK as electors to the Ecumenical Federation of Constantinopolitans, we have Nikki Beals and ex officio President Panos and Agnistopoulos. This is the exact team actively navigating the ACGUK right now through 2026 and into 2028.
Section 3. Cultural and community events.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how we can categorize their massive, years-long event log into three distinct pillars of engagement. If you look back at their history, their gatherings neatly divide up into historical and rights commemorations, cultural engagements like film screenings and book presentations, and then purely social gatherings. Let's look a bit closer at how these actually play out in the real world. If we neutrally track the chronological arc of their historical and cultural events, we see a really profound commitment to memory and education. For instance, back in November 2023, they hosted a major event marking the 100th year of the Lausanne Treaty, exploring its international dimensions. Fast forward to April 2025, they hosted a screening of the evocative film The Unlost Homeland. And most recently, just this past December in 2025, they held a major joint event with the Greek embassy commemorating 70 years since the Septembriana events. This provided a really important space to reflect on voices, memories, and history without taking sides. These events act as a powerful educational anchor for the whole diaspora.
Let's move to and see how this builds a true fraternal ethos, step by step, through their social gatherings. It usually starts with more intimate events, like their Easter lunch at the Ambouli restaurant back in May 2022. Then it builds with highly traditional annual events, like the cutting of the Vassilopeda held in the crypt of the Hagia Sophia Cathedral. And it culminates in these massive, large-scale celebrations, like their 6th anniversary party at the Sekfardi in December 2024. Each of these steps actively reinforces the bonds of their community.
Section 4. Looking ahead and connecting.
Bringing our narrative directly into our current context here in mid-2026, we see a really critical modern initiative taking place. Just this past January, the newly elected board launched a comprehensive questionnaire. As they officially stated, one of the first actions of the newly elected executive board is the launch of a survey. This is just a fantastic example of a heritage organization utilizing direct feedback to make sure they are meeting the actual current needs of the diaspora community in the UK today. It's all about listening, adapting, and growing.
And of course, growth requires new voices. For those of you watching who might want to get involved, the ACGUK warmly welcomes prospective members and friends. They are based out of the Hellenic Centre in Marylebone, London. You can easily reach out to them via email at info@acguk.net or just give them a call at 020-7193-7542. Engaging with this community means you get to participate firsthand in those incredible cultural and historical events we just explored.
Which brings us to the final thought of today's explainer. We've seen exactly how the ACGUK preserves their past while actively building their future. But heritage isn't just something you read about in a textbook. It's something you have to actively participate in. So I leave you with this. How will you help keep the rich heritage of Constantinople, Imbros, and Tenedos alive today? Whether it's by learning a bit more, attending an event, or connecting with your own roots, the survival of history is entirely in our hands. Thank you so much for learning with me today, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.